Hello, young voters. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be covering something that I think is probably one of the most insane news stories of quite a while, and hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying it too. So, what is the story? What you might ask? Well, Paul Gosar, representative in Congress, like the real Congress, made a attack on AOC and Joe Biden and various members of the Democratic caucus. In a bit of a strange way. He made a parody, or he published to his Twitter and his Instagram, which is now received about 3 million views, a parody of Attack on Titan, the opening to Attack on Titan, which is a anime that is fairly popular, has gained a lot of traction, and I know a couple people personally that really like the show. So basically, he made an ad. His face is on one of the characters, and AOC is in there, Biden's in there, and Marjorie Green is in there. Bob Boebert, Annie Boebert, I think her first name is Annie. Boebert, Congresswoman Boebert is in there. Members of I would say the far right portion of the GOP are in there, and then Biden and AOC are also in there. And I mean, I could describe it, but I'll just show you. So we're going to go ahead and roll the video, and then so go ahead and enjoy that, and we'll be back right after for coverage on that. There, Bob Boebert, Annie Boebert, I think her first name is Annie. Boebert, Congresswoman Boebert is in there. Members of I would say the far right portion of the GOP are in there, and then Biden and AOC are also in there. And I mean, I could describe it, but I'll just show you. So we're going to go ahead and roll the video, and then so go ahead and enjoy that, and we'll be back right after for coverage. All right, so you just watched that video. If you were like me, first time you watched it, pretty stunned, pretty shocked. That was my initial reaction, was just be like, is this really happening? I mean, holy crap. This is like a real congressman, and they like really actually just like straight up tweeted this. So kind of insane to see a sitting congressperson. One, it's kind of weird, the anime parody, but you know, new forms of media connecting with younger voters, and expect to see more of that. But they just did it in such a bad way. First off, I mean, this is like such a blatant attempt. I mean, I can guarantee you he has not watched the anime. One, because he is like a grillion years old, and number two, if you watch the anime, and I'll go into this later, what he's saying in the video is either very, very, very he just didn't know what he was saying, or it's on purpose, which is probably even worse. So yeah, basically the video, to summarize, I mean, I know you just saw it, but basically, and just so you know, the opening titles, where it says written in Asian language. I'm not sure if it's Japanese. I'm gonna guess it's Japanese, but I'm not exactly sure. It reads Attack on Immigrants. That's the new title instead of Attack on Titan. It is Attack on Immigrants, and that's basically a perfect summarization of what the video is. Basically, the Titans in the show, the Titans are one like this destructive force of beings who are able to do a lot of destruction, and therefore the government in the show recruits all of its soldiers to go fight and kill Titans. And the whole, well, not the whole story, but the story is generally about killing the Titans. Later on in the story, it becomes very clear that the Titans are an allegory for Jews, which is why I'm saying if Representative Gosar probably didn't watch the show, because if he had watched it, obviously creating a video talking about how the American Border Patrol is like the people there to fight and stomp out the Jews. That's either if it's on purpose, that's really, really bad. Obviously for reasons that I hope I don't need to explain to our audience. So that's the first thing. It's such a weird thing, and never mind the complete the way they pump up the Border Patrol and talking about how the immigrants, basically what the ad is saying through the context of the show, is that the immigrants are the scourge on the country that you need to go and kill. They have to go and kill the immigrants, and that's really, that's really concerning. That's just the first thing. The second thing is the portrayal of him killing AOC, as one of the Titans killing AOC in the opening, and then number two, him preparing to kill Joe Biden. So first off, what kind of workplace is it where you go ahead and post a video of you killing, even if it's in an anime, killing a person you work with? That is, that's just unacceptable behavior. And to see a congressman do it, these people are supposed to be the people that are the most respectable people in the United States. They're here to represent us all, and to see a sitting congressman do something like that is just gross. It's honestly just gross. And I can see why all six of his siblings endorsed his opponent in the race that he ran, and I can definitely see why. Paul Gosar is a walking demon. All right. His whole background is just demon-like. That's all I'm gonna say. So here, let me share some screenshots of the video here. All right. While I'm pulling those up, yeah. So he kills AOC in this. Here we go. Let me pull this up. So I know you saw the video, but just to show off this a little more here. Okay. I don't know why you can't see my face in this, but apologies. So yeah, he's killing AOC in this right here in this slide. Obviously that's meant to be AOC, and he's preparing to kill Biden. So first off, how can we not take this as a threat against the president? I don't even know. That is a visual depiction of him saying, "I'm going to go kill the president." That is what that is saying. Don't clip that out of context, please. Don't clip that out of context. Don't cut that. Don't cut that, please. That's what yeah, seriously, don't cut that. But that's what he's saying. I don't know what to tell you. Other than this is psychopathic behavior. Not literally, but this is just insane behavior. And the fact that this got moved on in the media so quickly, it just blows my mind. I really wonder how many people knew about this happening. So some updates on the story. Paul Gosar did get censured by Congress. So basically what that means is that he was denounced. He gets a denouncement, and he was stripped of his 2 committee assignments. So actually, before I get into that, let me just do a little bit more coverage on the anime. I did mention that the Titans get turned into sort of an allegory for Jews. I also found out that Paul Gosar, and this is a spoiler for the anime, pretty heavy spoiler. In the anime later on, Paul Gosar's character actually turns into like a violent psychopath who does a literal genocide of all the Titans, which again are an allegory for Jews, let me remind you. And he becomes like the bad guy of the whole series. He just goes on this huge genocidal psychopathic thing at the end, towards the end of the series. So either he didn't watch the anime or it's really, really concerning. I don't know which. I pray he didn't watch the anime, to be honest. But the fact that people are like gesturing this way and stuff like that, and his team said, looked at it and said, let's go ahead and do it. That, it might have been an honest mistake and he didn't watch the anime, but in Congress, he defended himself. He did not apologize. He did not apologize to AOC for obviously the extremely offensive video. No sort of investigations have been carried out as treating it as a threat to the president's life. And he doesn't seem regretful about the video. He did not go on record to really apologize. He just defended why he put the video up. Twitter, if you're wondering why I did not take it down for hate speech and violence, which it clearly should have, said, we should take this down. They put a little disclaimer where it says we should take this down, but we'll let it stay up because it's important for the American people to know. I think Twitter should be more firm on its hate speech policies. I mean, that is a clear, straight up violation. I mean, there's nothing more clear about that. I think Paul Gosar's account should have been closed after that for spreading hate speech on the platform and inciting violence towards a congressperson, and immigrants as well. So absolutely disgusting behavior from Paul Gosar. Like I said, demon of a man. Now let's look at the Republican Party's reaction to it, because that's important. Because when we see figures like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Paul Gosar, Mary Bobette, or I don't know her first name. I think it's Mary or something like that. Bobette, this behavior, we are really looking at the Republican Party, what they're doing about it. What is Mitch McConnell saying about it? What is, what are the key players in the Republican Party saying about it? And what is their reaction to it? And the reaction to it is when they voted to censure Paul Gosar, only 2 Republicans out of all the Republicans in the House actually voted yes. And those 2 Republicans, I'll go ahead and say their names, they have my respect: Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. Not Kissinger, Kinzinger. And I believe Adam Kinzinger is not running again for re-election. He is starting sort of like a new party type thing. We might make a video on it in the future. So big respect for those 2 Republicans for voting with their conscience. To the rest of them, this is like a blatant saying like it's fine to do this when it really shouldn't be. One is it's an attack on it's promoting violence against one of your work colleagues. You just can't make a video of yourself killing another work colleague. It's not professional behavior. It's not civil behavior. It's not something we should tolerate as a society. And to see the Republicans going along with it really makes me think, hey, is the Republican Party just gonna abandon all principles and morals in order to reaffirm their base and strengthen and move further and further right? And I see this as an endorsement of things like this, where it's gonna, this video, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, blatantly fascist, in my opinion. And I don't want to go into that too much because I know we're short on time here. But in my opinion, video is blatantly fascist, and the fact that there's no backlash in the Republican Party. I mean, they had the golden parachute with this. They could have just said, this is not our brand of politics. We do not want to encourage violence against, immigrants. Paul Gosar is not one of our own. We could have, and they could have just voted for the censure, and that would have been that. But they didn't do that, and they, they could have done it because they knew that the Democrats were going to do it anyways. They had the majority in the House. They knew that he was going to get censured anyways, but they didn't. So really, to be honest, makes me think, the Republican Party isn't really interested in behaving with civility or reaching across the aisle in any way, even though they keep saying that they need Democrats to reach across the aisle. So, really making me lose faith in the Republican Party continuously to do any type of sort of anything resembling the right thing when this is such a clear-cut argument. I feel like I would be hard-pressed to find somebody who looks at this beyond, the fact that it is kind of funny. That this congressman guy who looks like about to be 160 years old. He's talking about anime on on the main. He's tweeting anime on the main, anime parodies, which is insane. And beyond the funniness of that, I think I'd be hard pressed to find anybody who thinks this is normal. Just going back to AOC's comments on it in the House, she said, this isn't about me, this isn't about Representative Gosar, this is about what we're willing to accept, the direct rotation from AOC, and I think that's beautifully putting the situation. Seeing Republicans not vote and stay along party lines here, just protecting one of their own no matter what they do, no matter how far right they go, really just sends a message to the American people that the Republicans will stop at nothing and they will continue to be moving further right in the future. And that's really disappointing to me, and should be really disappointing, in my opinion, to the rest of the American people. And this shows that even though Congress did censure Paul Gosar, this was by a Democratic vote plus the 2 Republicans. It was not a bipartisan effort, minus those 2 Republicans. And I think that tells a lot about the situation at Congress right now. And I think that this should be a story that the American people know about, because this is honestly insane. I mean, just, politics has just gone crazy. And that's sort of why we tried to make this website, because the stories that are coming out are just absolutely insane. And this is one of them. I think one of those top ones that I think I will remember for a long time, that that a sitting congressperson made threats to a coworker and the president of the United States, as well as encouraging people, allegedly, in my opinion, encouraging people to go ahead and do violence against immigrants, as well as posting about being a guy who's unironically fascist, genocidal, and conflating the allegory for Jews with immigrants. Doing all of that on the timeline is just something that's insane to me. And I think a story that we should know about, something that's a little funny, and something that is concerning. It's funny because it's so concerning that you just have to laugh at it. So hopefully you enjoy this video. We're gonna end it right about there. Make sure to check out our website. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and like the video, comment your thoughts. We have a Discord, we have a TikTok, we have our Instagram. Check out our Instagram, follow it if you haven't followed it already. Check out our TikTok, follow that one. Yeah, I believe that's all the things I have to shout out. Wishing you a very nice day wherever you are, very nice night wherever you are. Yeah, so thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time I make a video.